Some castmates have undeniable chemistry both on and off screen, but others simply do not. Whether it was due to personality clashes or creative rifts, the following actors flat out refused to get close to each other on set. When Lindsay Lohan and Charlie Sheen appeared together in 2013's Scary Movie 5, the script called for a lot of contact between them. They were supposed to kiss each other 3 times, but as reported by TMZ, she just couldn't muster up the wherewithal. She requested that a body double be brought in to film their more intimate moments, which was accommodated with moderate success. Although some of the kissing scenes were filmed using body doubles, others simply had to be written out of the script. Lohan was reportedly hesitant to film the scenes because of Sheen's party boy reputation, and she was also afraid that she might catch something from him. There doesn't seem to be bad blood between the actors, though. That same year, when Sheen was interviewed on the Kyle and Jackie O radio show, he revealed that he and Lohan, who also appeared together in an episode of Sheen's sitcom Anger Management, eventually became drinking buddies in real life. As he recalled, "I invited her over one night and said, 'Let's watch our episode.' I outdrank her, or she outdrank me, and she literally tucked me in. I got tucked in by Lindsay Lohan. She kissed me on the cheek and said, 'Sleep well, young prince.'" Lea Michele doesn't exactly have the best reputation when it comes to her behavior on the set of Glee. Her co-star Samantha Marie Ware made headlines in 2020 when she revealed how Michele treated her during her time on the show. And she wasn't the only one who had issues. In Naya Rivera's 2016 memoir, Sorry Not Sorry, Dreams, Mistakes, and Growing Up, the late actress detailed the deterioration of her relationship with her co-star. She wrote, "That friendship started to break down, especially as Santana moved from a background character to one with bigger plot lines and more screen time. I think Leah didn't like sharing the spotlight."
Rachel Berry is the most horrible human being on the planet. What? Can it troll?
The two stars' once tight bond fell apart as Michele became more sensitive and started blaming Rivera for pretty much everything that went wrong. Rivera also claimed that Michele didn't say a word to her throughout the 6th and final season, though she did add, "I do wish that Leah and I had gotten along better, but I'm not losing sleep over it." Considering their sizzling on-screen chemistry and subsequent real-life relationship, it's hard to believe that Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams didn't get along while filming The Notebook. But in fact, things got so bad that Gosling actually tried to get McAdams removed from set at one point. As the movie's director, Nick Cassavetes, told VH1, they were really not getting along one day on set. Really not. And Ryan came to me, and there's 150 people standing in this big scene, and he says, "Nick, come here." And he's doing a scene with Rachel, and he says, "Would you take her out of here and bring in another actress to read off camera with me?" I said, "What?" He says, I can't do it with her. I'm just not getting anything from this." McAdams appeared to confirm these struggles in a 2016 interview with Yahoo when she said,
"We certainly had intense creative conversations."
But when she was asked if that experience made her hesitant to work with Gosling again, she was quick to assure us that wasn't the case.
I'd love to work with him again.
Despite the overlapping elements of their character storylines, Game of Thrones actors Lena Headey and Jerome Flynn managed to avoid sharing the screen for pretty much the entire run of the hit HBO show. In the 3rd season, they shared a brief scene in which Headey as Cersei Lannister quickly walks by Flynn as Bronn of the Blackwater without acknowledging him at all. It was an extreme example of art imitating life, as the actors were reportedly just as stubborn towards each other off camera. The reason for the animosity had to do with romance, or its aftermath. Headey and Flynn dated in the early 2000s, and sources close to the former couple have said that it ended so poorly that to this day they refuse to have contact with each other. As a Game of Thrones crew member told The Telegraph in 2014, Jerome and Lena aren't on speaking terms anymore, and they are never in the same room at the same time. It's a pity because they appear to have patched things up for a while, but now the word is they should be kept apart at all costs. Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell played a married couple on the hit 90s sitcom Martin, but there was reportedly no love between them when the cameras weren't rolling. Campbell actually quit the show before the final season, accusing Lawrence of harassment and filing a lawsuit against him. She eventually agreed to return to finish out the show's run, but as sources told People magazine, it was on the strict condition that Lawrence wouldn't be allowed on set when she was filming. In a January 2020 interview with GQ, Lawrence addressed Campbell's lawsuit as he insisted it was all a lot of bull, and just whoever's side it was bull. He further elaborated, "I just decided to walk away from the show. I just decided to end it. People said that I got canceled, but that wasn't the case. I decided to just leave the show." Campbell then addressed Lawrence's interview during an appearance on The Talk as she said, "I can't go into much detail about the past because there was a confidentiality agreement, so the gag order says no. But what I can say is, I was actually kind of shocked." She did add, though, that she and Lawrence were able to reconnect and eventually landed in a better place. Alyson Hannigan and Jason Segel's How I Met Your Mother characters, Lily and Marshall, were the definition of couple goals. They got along great in real life, but Hannigan had a strict no-kissing policy with her on-screen husband. As it turns out, Segel is a smoker, and Hannigan simply could not deal with that. As she explained to Digital Spy in 2008, "I cannot stand cigarette smoke. It's like kissing an ashtray, and he's trying to be polite by having gum or mints, but it doesn't help."
Not only is that a filthy habit, but also, can I bum one?
Thankfully, the no-kissing rule didn't impact Hannigan and Segel's friendship. When the show's cast appeared on The Talk ahead of the series finale, Segel gushed about the role Hannigan played in his life. As he put it, "Ally taught me a lot about how to be a man, I gotta say. I was 25 when I took the show, and I think we've all been through a lot personally. She's always been there to listen to me and to give me advice, and saw me through hard times and good times. I learned a lot from being around Alyson about the kind of person that I wanted to be." In another case of actors who got along just fine but couldn't agree about intimate scenes, there's Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts in the 1993 legal thriller The Pelican Brief. Their characters were supposed to have a steamy moment together, but Washington lobbied to have it cut out of respect to his black female fan base. As he explained to Newsweek in 2002, black women are not often seen as objects of desire on film. They have always been my core audience. While Roberts confirmed that the planned love scene was cut at Washington's request, she still feels some regret over the experience. As she told Newsweek, "Don't I have a pulse? Of course I wanted to kiss Denzel. It was his idea to take the damn scenes out." Julianna Margulies and Archie Panjabi's characters on The Good Wife started the series as friends, but behind the scenes, a rift appeared to open up between the two actors. Although they have consistently denied their long-rumored feud, they didn't share a single scene together during the show's final 3 seasons, until the season 6 finale, that is. When their characters finally reunited on screen, it was clear to viewers that the actresses had filmed their parts separately, with the footage edited to make it appear as though they were in the same space. Margulies denied the drama during an appearance at the 2015 New Yorker Festival, saying, "I feel people just like to have gossip or make something into something that isn't there. There's no animosity on my part. It's a shame because I wonder if it was 2 men, when one finds out that he f***ed his best friend's wife, if it would get that same attention. You know what I mean?" Regarding the controversial final scene, she added, "You also have to remember there's difficulty. Panjabi was also doing another show called The Fall. I went along with whatever series co-creator Robert King asked me to do, and I did it happily." For what it's worth, Panjabi responded to Margulies' comments with a tweet in which she denied that her schedule had anything to do with the decision.
My time with you as your friend was the best I ever had.
When Dwayne Johnson joined the Fast and the Furious franchise in 2011's Fast 5, fans were pumped. But behind the scenes, things apparently weren't quite as awesome, at least not between Johnson and Vin Diesel. By the time the two got back together to film 2017's The Fate of the Furious, things were so tense that they didn't film a single scene together. Furthermore, Johnson was written out of the main series and given his own spin-off series with 2019's Hobbs and Shaw. Diesel downplayed the situation in 2017 when he told USA Today, "I don't think the world really realizes how close we are in a weird way. I think some things may be blown out of proportion. I don't think that was his intention. I know he appreciates how much I work this franchise. In my house, he's Uncle Dwayne." The following year, Johnson made it sound like their differences had been ironed out when he told Rolling Stone, "Vin and I had a few discussions, including an important face-to-face in my trailer, and what I came to realize is that we have a fundamental difference in philosophies on how we approach movie making and collaborating. It took me some time, but I'm grateful for that clarity, whether we work together again or not." Kenny Baker and Anthony Daniels were the men behind beloved droids R2-D2 and C-3PO in the Star Wars films. But while their characters were longtime companions, the actors were anything but close in real life. As it turns out, their icy relationship was reportedly the result of a serious snub on set. As Baker explained to Hollywood.com in 2005, Anthony doesn't mix at all. He keeps himself to himself. He never wants to have a drink with any of us. Once when I said hello to him, he just turned his back on me and said, "Can't you see I'm having a conversation?" I was blazing with rage. It was the rudest thing anyone had ever done to me. I was furious. It was unbelievable. But when Baker passed away in 2016, Daniels put the feud to rest, honoring his longtime co-star by tweeting, "Sad to hear of Kenny's passing, one of the truly original cast, so famed for his iconic role as R2. He'll always be remembered by so many fans." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.